All right, I had a bunch of these in my old shop, brand new. Single outlet is all you really need, and the reason I want to put a single outlet in there, it'll take up a little less room. Actually, when you think about it, it really don't, because it's the same length. But you only need a single outlet on the Varac. You're only going to be running one piece of a device under test. So anyways, we allow that here on the panel also. So we're going to decide where we're going to put everything. We're going to mark it all out, and then we're going to commence the drill. So we'll mark it out off camera. We save a lot of time on video that way. Decide where everything's going to be placed, and I have to allow for that Chinese digital meter to come in too. I must allow a little space for that. So I'll be back on this video once I get everything measured out as to where they're going to be located. All right, the first thing I got to do is I got to make a template. And for the Varac. So we're going to do that first. What I need to do is to line up these 3 screws. Well, there's one bolt here and 2 screws. Now, if these aren't long enough, I could get longer ones, but I think that might be. It's got to go to 1/4-inch Luan versus the thin plastic cabinet that originally that was in. So we got to take out these screws here first. Yeah, look like about 3/8 inch long. I don't think they're quite a 1/2 inch. The first thing we got to do is punch a hole in the cardboard for the center shaft, which I estimate to be about 3/8, maybe a little better than a 1/4. So we just got to punch out a hole for that. I can do that with a pencil here, I think. I'm usually off when I make templates, most all the time, no matter how careful I am. That outlet strip that's hanging on the side of the bench on the top right hand side with the 8 outlets in it, I believe it is, or 8 or 10. There's 4 screws with that, and I was very careful. And the cardboard I used was heavier than this, so I know it didn't bend. And I was very careful lining it up. Only 1 screw took. You know how those things are, you put them up and you line them up and then you push them down. Well, I had to use contact cement to put that up there, because only 1 screw lined up, no matter how careful I was with it. So hopefully I have better luck with this. It's very difficult to see where I'm at here. That's 1. Make sure I don't lose my place here. Things rocking all over the place here. Almost missed it that time. That's 2. Damn thing's rocking all over here. It's on the spindle on the other end is sticking out. What I can do. That's too thick. Too thick. I just have to do the best I can here. Alright, so now we got the 3 holes on that. We got to transfer that over to the wood. We got to find out where we want the Varac. So the meters will go about here like this. This have to go over just a little bit like that. Okay, and the Varac can be essentially in the middle. Let's see now. We've got 20 3/4. So let's say I have to estimate. 20 3/4. Half of that. Half of 20 is 10. No, we got to come over 12 inches with the Varac. It'll be crowding these things here. I need a little leeway. Okay, and then then down here on the left-hand corner, I'm not sure if you can, I hope I'm in camera view, will be that meter. I just came back from the post office. It's not here yet. So I'm going to estimate right in here. If not, I'll put it over here because it sits pretty flush, and I don't think it'll get banged into by the arm of the lamp when you put the lamp back, you know. So, and then we'll put this single outlet, so you only have to use a hole saw just to cut one. We'll put that up in through this area somewhere, or like this, doesn't matter. I'd rather have it there. I always like the grounds facing down, because most of your cords are down, hanging down. This is going to have a ground on it that goes to this. We're going to put a 3-prong plug on this. Safer that way. And if you want anything that runs a 2-prong, as I had discussed in my isolation transformer mod, this don't make a difference. You're only using the 2 prongs anyways, but it's nice to have that. Suppose I want to plug in a modern piece of equipment that has a 3-prong plug on it, and I want to check it and bring it up slowly with the Varac. I can do that, but if I put if I don't ground that, that piece of equipment is floating, and we don't want that. If we float anything, we'll do it through the isolation transformer, which will be a separate unit from this. Well, I got a problem here. I don't have a 2 3/4 inch hole saw. 2 1/2, too small. 3 inch, too damn big. I'll be all day filing this damn thing. I thought for sure this set would have everything in it. Out of luck. I could do away with this amp meter, but I have to rely on the if I ever get that one from China. But if I'm going to do that, I might as well eliminate both analog meters. Now let's see what size this one will take. He's got oil on him, so I don't want to get the oil on this. Let's see. Oh. Too damn big. Too big for this one. And this has got a bigger body on it than this. Too small by about 1/8 of an inch. Well, I'm going to make the hole for the Varac. Looks like another damn delay on the project. So we established that we're going to put the Varac at 12 inches. I still want the Varac kind of in the middle, but it doesn't have to be exactly in the middle. It can be off centered a little bit. We allowed for these 2 meters, which I very lightly traced in pencil. I mean, I can file them. I can use the smaller hole saws and file them. But if I'm going to go through all that trouble, use the damn saber saw like I used to do, but I can never cut a nice, beautiful round hole with a saber saw. They really don't come out that good. That's why I bought hole saws. We got 20 3/4 inches total length. It's a 12-inch ruler. We will put the Varac at the 12-inch mark. So this will be there, and there's boy, these trucks that are going here, they're sure down to lose all the brake linings. They come down around that corner there, and sounds like they're down the metal of metal. All right, so the Varac center shaft, which is what I made this template that's on the other side of the bench over here. Varac will be right here in the center. So it's going to be plenty cleared from the 2x2 that's all around the edges, and even at the bottom where there is no 2x2, there'll be clearance there. If I do use these meters, clear there, clear there, clear there, and everything. I would like to use these meters. I really would. Now, let's drill that out. Let's see what that shaft is. That shaft is 3/8 of an inch. We can drill. We'll drill that 3/8 inch hole first, and then we'll drill the other 3 holes where the screws go. All right. That was quick, huh? It was a little too quick. Beautiful. All right, now we take the template that we made and we establish which way we want this Varac to be sitting. Don't matter, we can set it up in a delta with the one of them faced up. What we do, alright, now that's what we're going to do. Now we're going to mark that. This is where I screw up, because no matter how careful I do my template, usually come out screwed up. Now the question is, we don't need a 3/8 hole for these. Let's see what these bolts are. Quick way to tell if you, I would say this is a 1/4 inch, these bolts. So what we do is we pull out a 1/4 inch bit out of the drill holder here, and the bolt fits in loosely but not flopping around in the 1/4 inch hole, which means that we only need a 1/4 inch bit. I have a drill guide. You notice I'm not using the Harbor Freight. I use it for small stuff, but I don't use it for heavy duty. It just don't do the job. So, put that block of wood under here because we don't have a reinforcement here. And we don't want it to be springy. I think. There's only one way to find out. Take the Varac. Yeah, they're off a little. They're off a little. Let's just see if this screw will go in there. Alright, so that'll go in. I don't think this will. I have to oblong the holes a little bit here if they don't line up. The beauty of wood, you can work pretty easy with it, but I'll take a rat tail file and no, that's not going to line up. This is what I'm saying about that thing that I was telling you about for the outlet strip that hangs on the wall. I never can, no matter what I do with a template, I never can get them lined up. And I think it's my eyesight. I blame it on my rotten eyesight. No. So I'm going to have to make these oblong. That's not a real big deal. It's not a real big deal. We got to come out a little bit here. All right, this is the plate. It's rated in percentage, and it's got a little bent, so I got to try to flatten that out a little bit. But when that goes on here, that'll cover it. There's only one little problem, actually it's a big problem, is the heads of these screws. Not so much this as this bolt here is going to be holding this up off the surface. I'd really like to have this down on the, flush on the board. I don't like it sitting up in the air like that. I don't know, that's me. I like things neat when I build something. I can't really countersink too much because you're only dealing with 1/4" Luan, and that Varac is fairly heavy and you don't want it to pull out and drop down inside. That would not be very good. So we're going to file these things here, and I'll get back on this video when I get that done. I got to go in my crowded, messy shed and try to find a rat tail file. That's going to be fun. Alright, I found one. Found a rat tail file here, so see if we can get that Varac out of here. And
a little bit of fine tooth, but it's only a small hole. So it won't be too bad. But if I have to rat tail these outlets here, these openings here, I'll be here all day.
Alright. I think she'll line up now. I'm almost certain of that. I'll find a damn hole.
You don't tell me that's still not lined up. Still crooked. Still off. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's still off. And I filed everything. Gotta dig in my shed for the big rat tail file. The coarser one. Now I'm gonna do the rest of this off camera. I'll be here all day filing it.
Alright, I don't like zooming in with this Kodak because it's a digital zoom, but I zoomed in just a little bit. Well, this bit here is just a little bit too small for this meter, but I can file it with the rat tail. The problem is going to be with the amp meter. I'm going to have an awful lot of filing to do to get that to fit. I got them centered. The big meter's going here, the little one's going here. And this is where we're going. Much easier when you got a hole saw. As you can see, the hole's too damn small. But the next one is too damn big. There was just no happy medium, and I thought everything in that Harbor Freight thing that would fit. Because this is a two. By my ruler here, I'm reading a hair under 2 1/4, but it's halfway between 2 1/4, a 2 1/8, and 2 1/4. So really, I needed a 2 1/4 inch bit, and this is a 2 1/8 inch bit. What I want to do is get these holes made, and then I've got some gray paint that I want to paint this whole thing, but I want to do all the drilling first on this. So we've got, and I'll tell you, I've got a good 1/8 inch to take off of that all the way around. Oh man. Let's get this hole drilled. See what damn bit I can come up with here. This is too big. This is 3 inches. This meter is, and it's hard to get it centered. I've got the gauge. I think it read, can't remember what it read. It's 2 3/4. Okay, 2 3/4. Now this is 3. This is 2 1/2. I'm going to have to use a 2 1/2. If I use the 3, I'm going to cut off too much wood, and I'm not going to be able to mount these screws. So we're going to use the 2 1/2. And when it comes to all this other enlarging the holes, we'll do that off camera.